All right, Christmas light fans, welcome back to Let's Talk Christmas Lights. You know we all love them, those twinkling lights that transform our homes into winter wonderland.
Absolutely. It's always great to be back talking about these dazzling displays.
Now, for anyone new here, this is where we take your suggestions. Articles, websites, anything you find interesting about the Christmas light biz, and we break it all down.
We're talking those juicy insights, emerging trends, and maybe even a few aha moments you can apply to your own displays.
So keep those suggestions coming. Let us know in the comments what you want us to unpack in future deep dives.
Yeah.
And trust me, the more specific, the better.
We've had some really interesting requests, and today's is no exception.
Oh, this one is a real gem. Remember that listener who asked about software for Christmas light installers? Well, we found it. It's called Tinsel, and it's a CRM. That's Customer Relationship Management, for anyone who's not familiar with the acronym. And get this, it's built specifically for this industry.
A CRM for Christmas lights. Now, that's what I call niche color me. Intrigued. I'm curious to see how they've tailored it to such a unique field.
Me too. So today we're going deep on Tinsel. What does it do? How does it work? And could it be useful for anyone involved in the Christmas light business, from the pros to the passionate DIRs?
Let's untangle this shiny new tool and see what treasures we can unearth.
Okay, love it. So
Yeah.
first things first, Tinsel calls itself the CRM made for Christmas light installers. Pretty bold claim, but let's see if they can back it up. Their website jumps right into the features, and one that stood out to me was automatic lead addition. Basically, any leads emailed to you can get pulled right into Tinsel. No more missed opportunities because something got lost in your inbox.
Yeah, especially during peak season when you're probably drowning in requests, that kind of automation could be a lifesaver. Imagine no more frantically searching for that one email from a potential client.
Right. Organization is key in this business. Speaking of organization, Tinsel also boasts about streamlining proposals and invoices. You set up your product catalog and pricing within the platform, and bam! Proposals are generated in just a few clicks. Once a client approves, you can invoice them and even accept payments right there on the platform.
So they're aiming for end-to-end management. From that initial inquiry all the way to getting paid, that level of integration could be a game changer for smaller businesses, especially those who might not have dedicated admin staff.
Exactly. Now, this is where it gets really interesting and specific to our industry. Tinsel has an easy scheduling feature that manages not just installations, but also maintenance visits and, get this, removals.
Ah, yes, the dreaded removal process. The often forgotten but equally important part of the job. I'm curious to see how they tackle that. It's not always as straightforward as putting the lights up.
Absolutely agree. There's a whole other set of logistics involved. But before we get to that, let's talk inventory. Tinsel also has a system for tracking your bulbs, clips, wires, everything you need to create those dazzling displays.
Makes sense? Running out of C9 bulbs in the middle of December, that's a recipe for disaster. Knowing exactly what you have on hand and when to reorder is crucial.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it looks like Tinsel even wants to keep your entire crew in the loop. They have an employee portal where your team can clock in and out, see their daily schedule, and even access information about specific jobs.
That kind of transparency and access to information can really empower employees, wouldn't you
Yeah.
say? It can also cut down on those frantic calls back to the office for clarification. Everyone knows exactly what they need to do.
Right. So just from this initial look, it seems like Tinsel is trying to tackle a lot of the pain points specific to the Christmas light business. What are your initial impressions? Are we seeing a genuine solution here?
It's definitely a targeted approach, which I think is smart. By focusing on a niche market, they can really hone in on those specific needs. But the real test will be how deep these solutions go and how user-friendly the platform actually is.
Okay, so we've got a taste of the basics. Now let's dive into Tinsel's workflow. They break it down into several stages: proposal, invoice, inventory prep, installation, something called bases, removal, and reviews.
That sounds like a logical progression mirroring the typical life cycle of a Christmas light project. Let's unpack each of these stages and see how Tinsel guides you through the process.
Perfect. They claim that creating proposals in Tinsel is as simple as it gets. You add features like roof lines, shrubs, or trees, then assign the necessary materials to each one. Sounds pretty straightforward, right?
On paper, it does, but user experience is key. We'll have to see how intuitive the interface actually is in practice. Sometimes even the simplest concepts can get bogged down in a clunky design.
Good point. Once a proposal is accepted either by you or the client directly through Tinsel, invoices are automatically generated. It's all about streamlining those administrative tasks, which, let's face it, can eat up a lot of time.
Time that could be better spent designing those spectacular displays. But let's not forget about inventory, which can be a major headache. How does Tinsel handle that crucial aspect?
Well, they emphasize that their inventory tracking system tells you whether you have enough materials for a job or if you need to order more. It tracks both what you pull from your own stock and what needs to be ordered from suppliers. No more last-minute scrambles for that one essential part.
That's a relief. Imagine showing up for an installation only to realize you're short on a specific type of bulb or clip. That could throw off your entire schedule, not to mention potentially damage your reputation with the client.
Exactly. And speaking of reputation, let's not forget the installation phase itself. How does Tinsel support your team out in the field where the magic happens?
That's where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. A CRM can only be truly valuable if it actually helps your team work more efficiently and deliver those wow-worthy displays.
Well, Tinsel provides space to include photos notes and a detailed list of materials for each job. And this is cool. Installers can track the actual products used versus the initial estimates. That seems like valuable data.
Definitely. It can help you refine future proposals, manage your inventory more effectively, and even identify any discrepancies or potential waste. It's all about optimization.
And now for the part that really piqued my curiosity, this basis feature. They describe it as a customizable checklist focused on client experience.
Now that's interesting. Client experience is everything in a service-based industry, especially one as personal as holiday decorating. People aren't just buying lights, they're buying a feeling, a transformation of their homes.
Exactly. And it seems like Tinsel understands that this basis feature sounds like it helps ensure all the client's needs and preferences are met, leading to happy customers and those all-important glowing reviews.
It's not just about getting the lights up, it's about exceeding expectations and creating a memorable experience. That's how you build loyalty and get those repeat customers.
Okay, we've covered proposals, invoices, inventory prep, and installation, but what about the dreaded removal process? This is where Tinsel claims to really shine, saying they've addressed the shortcomings of other CRMs that neglect this aspect of the business.
Now, this is where I get really curious. Efficiently managing removals is crucial for maintaining profitability and keeping clients happy, especially if you're juggling multiple jobs. Let's hear how Tinsel tackles this often overlooked part of the process. Well, they highlight the ability to schedule those removals just like you would an installation.
Oh, that makes sense.
You can track which customers have already been serviced and easily identify those still needing their lights taken down.
So it's all about staying organized and keeping that post-holiday chaos under control.
Exactly. And imagine how much easier that makes things for your team out in the field.
Yeah, no more guessing games about who needs a removal and when.
It's all laid out clearly in the system. That kind of efficiency can really boost morale and productivity.
For sure. Plus, happy employees usually lead to happy customers. Speaking of happy customers, no discussion of client experience would be complete without talking about reviews. Those 5-star ratings can make or break a business, right?
Absolutely. Word of mouth is incredibly powerful, especially in a local service-based industry like this. Positive reviews build trust, attract new customers, and really solidify your reputation.
And Tinsel makes it super easy to capitalize on those positive vibes. You can send customized review requests to clients with just a click of a button. Imagine wrapping up a stunning installation, the client is thrilled, and bam, you send a quick review request while it's all fresh in their mind.
Smart strategy. Catch those customers while they're still glowing from the holiday magic you've created. It's much more effective than trying to chase down reviews weeks later.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked a lot about features that benefit the business owner, but let's not forget about the employees who are out there making all this holiday magic happen. Tinsel has an employee portal, but what does it actually offer in terms of support and empowerment for the team?
That's a crucial point. A good CRM should empower everyone involved, not just the person at the top. Happy and informed employees are more likely to deliver exceptional service.
Well, it seems like Tinsel's employee portal is all about giving your team access to the information and tools they need to do their jobs effectively. They highlight 3 key aspects: schedule, time clock, and a summary view.
Let's break those down. What do they mean by schedule and time clock within the employee portal? Are we talking granular detail here or just a basic overview?
It seems pretty detailed. Each employee can log in and see their own personalized schedule for the day. No more confusion about where they need to be and when. And the time clock feature allows them to log in to specific projects and even stages within those projects.
So you can track exactly how much time is spent on each task, from hanging lights to troubleshooting a tricky connection. That kind of data can be incredibly useful for payroll, of course, but also for analyzing the efficiency of your operations and even making pricing adjustments if needed.
It's all about optimizing those processes.
Yeah.
Now, the summary aspect of the employee portal caught my eye. It sounds like they've created a view that gives employees all the essential information about a job location, photos, bulb colors, client preferences, without revealing sensitive information like pricing or payment details.
That's a smart approach. It provides employees with the context they need to do their jobs effectively, while also respecting client confidentiality. It strikes a good balance between transparency and discretion.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. Features, workflow, employee management. We've really dug into what Tinsel offers. But before we jump to any conclusions, let's talk about the all-important question of pricing. Because, let's face it, even the most impressive software is only useful if it fits within your budget.
Right, the practicality check.
Yeah.
Because bells and whistles are great, but they need to translate into real value for your business. So spill the beans. What's the damage? How much does it cost to access all these shiny features?
They actually keep it pretty simple, offering two pricing options, monthly and annual. The monthly plan is $89 per month for up to 10 users, with additional users costing $7.50 each per month.
That seems like a reasonable starting point for smaller businesses with a limited number of employees. It allows you to test the waters without a huge upfront commitment. But what about those who are ready to go all in? What does the annual plan look like?
The annual plan is $828 per year, which works out to a savings of about $20 per month compared to the monthly option. So a little incentive for those who know they'll be using it throughout the year.
That makes sense. A slight discount to encourage longer-term subscriptions. It's a common strategy for SaaS products, and it can help with budgeting predictability. But is there any flexibility? What if your business has seasonal fluctuations?
Good question.
Hmm.
And it seems like they've thought of that. They emphasize that both plans are pay-as-you-go and you can opt out anytime. That's a good level of flexibility, especially for a seasonal business that might not need full functionality year-round.
Indeed. It allows you to scale your usage up or down depending on the time of year and the volume of projects you're handling. No need to pay for features you're not using during the off-season.
So we've explored Tinsel's features, workflow employee portal, and even their pricing structure. We've really gotten into the nuts and bolts of this CRM, but what does this all mean for you, our listeners? How do we translate all this information into actionable insights?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is Tinsel a must-have tool for every Christmas light installer, or is it a niche solution best suited for specific types of businesses? Because a CRM can be a powerful asset, but only if it truly aligns with your needs and goals.
Right. It's not about blindly adopting the latest shiny tech. It's about finding the tools that empower you to work smarter, not harder. So let's shift gears a bit and analyze the potential benefits and drawbacks of Tinsel, who might benefit most from this specialized CRM. And are there any red flags we should be aware of?
Let's get into the nitty-gritty and help our listeners figure out if Tinsel is the right fit for their Christmas late endeavors. Because ultimately the goal is to find the solutions that bring more joy to the process, not just for your clients, but for you as well.
Well said. Let's start by acknowledging the elephant in the room, or maybe we should say the reindeer on the roof.
Yeah.
A CRM specifically for Christmas light installers. It seems incredibly niche, right? I mean, we're talking about a very specific slice of the business world here.
It does, but that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating. Is this hyper-specificity a sign of things to come? Are we moving towards a world where every industry, no matter how specialized, will have its own tailored software solution? Because that raises some interesting questions about the evolution of technology and how we approach problem solving.
I love that you're bringing in that bigger picture perspective, because it's not just about this one CRM. It's about understanding the trends shaping the software landscape and how those trends might impact businesses of all shapes and sizes.
Exactly. And to really grapple with those questions, we need to weigh the potential benefits of this niche approach against its limitations, because like any tool, a specialized CRM has its pros and cons.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate for a moment. What are some potential downsides of using a CRM like Tinsel that's so laser-focused on a single industry? Because that level of specificity, while appealing in some ways, could also create some limitations.
One potential drawback is flexibility, or rather the lack thereof. What if you decide to expand your services beyond Christmas lights? Maybe you want to offer landscape lighting or even year-round holiday decorating. Would Tinsel be able to accommodate those changes, or would you be stuck with a platform that's too narrow in scope?
That's a great point, because businesses evolve, and you don't want to be held back by software that can't keep up. A more general CRM might offer a wider range of features and integrations that could be useful as your business grows and diversifies. It's all about anticipating those future needs.
And there's also the risk of vendor lock-in. If you build your entire workflow around a specialized platform like Tinsel, it could be challenging to switch to a different solution later on, even if you're not satisfied with their service pricing or how they're evolving as a company.
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
You definitely want to avoid getting stuck with a platform that no longer meets your needs. It's like being trapped in a string of tangled Christmas lights. Not a fun situation.
But on the flip side, let's not forget the potential advantages of using a CRM that's tailor-made for your specific industry, because there are definitely some perks to that level of specialization.
Absolutely. And those advantages can be significant. A specialized CRM like Tinsel can offer a level of understanding and functionality that a general CRM simply can't match. It's like having a software developer who speaks your language and gets the nuances of your business.
Exactly. They've clearly thought about the unique challenges that Christmas light installers face, and they've built features to address those specific pain points. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's a tailored solution designed to make your life easier. Take the removal process, for example. As we discussed earlier, Tinsel has a dedicated workflow for managing removals, something that many general CRMs might overlook or treat as an afterthought. That kind of targeted functionality can save you time, reduce errors, and ultimately improve client satisfaction. Because a smooth removal process is just as important as a flawless installation.
Totally agree. It's all about exceeding expectations at every touch point. And it's not just about functionality, it's also about the user experience. A specialized CRM can speak your language using terminology and workflows that are familiar to you and your team. That can make the platform more intuitive to use and require less training time for new employees. It's all about minimizing that learning curve and getting everyone up to speed quickly.
Imagine trying to explain the nuances of C9 bulbs or gutter clips to a customer support representative from a general CRM company. They might look at you like you're speaking a foreign language. With a specialized CRM, you can be confident that the support team understands your industry and can provide relevant assistance. They've been there, done that, and they get it.
That level of industry-specific knowledge can be invaluable, especially when you encounter technical issues or need help troubleshooting a problem. It's like having a dedicated support team that speaks your language and understands your pain points.
So it seems there's a trade-off to consider the flexibility and broader functionality of a general CRM versus the tailored solutions and industry expertise of a specialized platform like Tinsel. It's about weighing those priorities and choosing the path that aligns best with your business goals and growth trajectory.
Exactly. And ultimately, the best choice will depend on your specific needs and priorities. If you're a large-scale installation company with complex workflows and plans for future expansion beyond holiday lighting, a general CRM might be a better fit. It gives you that room to grow and adapt.
But if you're a smaller business focused primarily on Christmas light installation, Tinsel could offer a streamlined and efficient solution that's designed to address your specific challenges. It's like having a CRM that's already pre-decorated for the holidays.
Love that analogy. And let's not forget the DIY decorators out there. Even if you're not running a professional installation business, there might be some valuable takeaways from Tinsel's approach. Their emphasis on client experience, even if your only client is your family, efficient scheduling and detailed inventory tracking, could inspire you to level up your own holiday decorating game.
That's a great point. Whether you're a seasoned professional or a passionate DIYer, there's always something to be learned from those who are pushing the boundaries in their respective fields. It's about finding inspiration and adapting those best practices to your own unique situation.
Now, before we wrap up our deep dive into Tinsel, I want to circle back to that initial question about the rise of niche CRMs. Do you think this is a trend that's here to stay? We're going to see more and more of these specialized solutions popping up?
I believe it is. As technology continues to evolve and become more accessible, we're likely to see even more specialized software solutions emerging to cater to the unique needs of various industries. It's like the software world is mirroring the trend we see in so many other industries, a move towards specialization and personalized experiences.
It's like the craft beer explosion. But for
Okay.
software, you've got your IPAs, your stouts, your sours, each one catering to a specific taste. And just like craft breweries, these specialized software companies are thriving by focusing on a specific niche and really understanding the needs of that market.
That's a great analogy. And in a way, software is becoming more like a craft in itself. Developers are creating these finely tuned tools that are designed to solve very specific problems and enhance particular workflows. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They're aiming for excellence within a defined space.
And just like those craft products, these specialized software solutions can command a premium price. We saw that with Tinsel's pricing structure. It's not the cheapest CRM on the market, but it offers features and functionality that are directly relevant to the needs of Christmas light installers. It's all about value, not just price.
It raises an interesting question about the value of specialization. Are businesses willing to pay more for a solution that's perfectly tailored to their needs, even if it means sacrificing some of the broader functionality of a more general platform? It's a classic trade-off, and the answer will vary depending on the business and its priorities.
I think it comes down to a cost-benefit analysis. For some, that hyper-specificity is worth the investment. It can save them time, reduce errors, and ultimately boost their bottom line. They're willing to pay a premium for a solution that truly solves their unique challenges.
But for others, the flexibility and scalability of a more general CRM might be more appealing. They might be willing to sacrifice some of that tailored functionality in exchange for a platform that can grow with their business and adapt to changing needs. It's all about finding the right balance for your specific situation.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. The key is to carefully assess your needs and choose the solution that aligns best with your business goals and budget. It's about doing your research, understanding the trade-offs, and making an informed decision.
And don't be afraid to experiment. The beauty of the software world is that there's always something new to try. If you're not satisfied with your current CRM, there are plenty of alternatives out there, including those that cater to specific niches like Christmas light installation. It's all about finding the tools that empower you to do your best work.
That's such an important point. Don't settle for a solution that's not working for you. Explore your options, do your research, and find the CRM that empowers you to streamline your operations, delight your clients, and ultimately grow your business.
And who knows? Maybe you'll even inspire the creation of an entirely new CRM category. The software world is constantly evolving, and there's always room for innovation. So don't be afraid to think outside the box and imagine the possibilities.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Tinsel, the CRM designed specifically for Christmas light installers. We've covered a lot of ground, from exploring its key features and workflow to pondering the broader implications of niche software solutions. It's been quite a journey.
It's been an illuminating exploration filled with sparkly insights and thought-provoking discussions. We've really gotten into the heart of what makes the CRM tick and how it might fit into the bigger picture of the Christmas light industry.
As always, we want to hear from you, our amazing listeners. What are your thoughts on Tinsel? Would you consider using a specialized CRM for your business? Share your perspectives and experiences in the comments below. We love hearing from you and learning from your insights.
And if you have any suggestions for future deep dives, send them our way. We're always on the lookout for fascinating topics to explore, so keep those suggestions coming.
Until next time, keep those lights shining bright and those entrepreneurial spirits soaring. We'll see you back here soon for another illuminating deep dive into the world of Christmas lights.